Hello everybody, it's Alison again. Another exercise video. So today I'm going to concentrate on doing some leg exercises, some leg strengthening exercises. The exercises today are all going to be stood up. I'm hoping to get through 5 different exercises to strengthen your big thighs, your lower leg, your calf muscles, your bum and your hips. Excuse me. As always, when we're doing these exercises, if you're not happy doing them, then please don't. If something hurts or you're not comfortable, just stop. Please rest at any time. And just try and have a little bit of fun when we're doing these exercises. As I say, we're stood up. You will need today something nice and solid to hold on to. I'm going to use a chair, but if you've got your worktop or your table or a wall or anything like that, something sturdy that you can hold on to. So leg strengthening exercises, all stood up. And we'll start off, as always, with a little bit of a warm-up, just to get our circulation going. But if you're just back from a little bit of a walk, then you can launch straight into these leg strengthening exercises without having to do the warm-up if you don't want to. Depends how vigorous your walk was. Okay, here we go. So, you've got your support. I'm going to use my chair. My table is to hand if I need it. So standing up nice and tall for me, please. We got it? Hand resting on your chair. We're going to start off by marching on the spot. So just nice and steady, just nice and rhythmical. I'll be moving in different directions so you can see from different angles. Please, if you can, land on the ball of your foot and roll towards your heel. Just so you get a little bit of movement through the ankle as well. You're not just being flat-footed. So just nice and rhythmical, marching on the spot. So we want to get that blood going through our veins. If you are able, please let go of your support. Just a little bit of a nice swing of those arms. If you're not so sure, if you're thinking, I'm not so sure this morning, then please just do a one-arm swing. Whatever you can manage. There we go, we're off. Not running, not literally running. We're just moving nice and smoothly. So you're shifting your centre of gravity, you're shifting your body weight from one side, from one leg to the other side. So keeping those legs going up and down, your arms are going to reach out to the front. Just to stretch out those shoulders and those elbows. If you're not so certain, if you're thinking I'm a little bit wobbly on my feet this morning, then please just keep one arm on your support, but the other arm reaching forwards and backwards. There we go. So changing it again, be careful with your shoulders. We're going to stretch up, climbing our ladders. And as before, if you just want to do a one-armed reach, that is absolutely fine by me. Go with where you can, do what you can do, rest when you need to rest. We're going to reach forward, but remember, this is exercise. So you're supposed to feel a little bit uncomfortable. You're supposed to get a little bit out of breath. Your muscles are supposed to give you a little bit of notice that they're working. Back to normal marching for me. Okay, we're going to change our legs. You can put your hand back on your support if you want to. So we're going to step forward with each toe. So reaching forward with each toe. As far as you can, dabbing your toes down. I just turn this way and see I'm reaching with my toe. So we're going to bring our arms into it. A little bit of a swing. And for those of you who attend my groups in Southport and Thornby, hello by the way, hope you're all well, you'll know I'm fond of getting you to do opposite arm and leg. So it's a little bit easier doing it opposite arm and leg when you stood up than it is sat down. So give it a go. If you're just doing a one-arm swing because you're keeping in contact with that chair, that's absolutely fine. But we're still trying to manage opposite arm and leg with that swing. So keeping those legs doing what they're doing, your arms are going to stretch up. So you should start to feel your heart rate creeping up slightly. You might even be feeling a little bit out of breath. All normal reactions to doing exercises. Reaching forward with those arms, or if you're doing a kind of one-arm version, and then back to normal marching. So a little bit more purposeful with those elbows, pushing those elbows behind you. Just getting that heart rate up a little bit and then just slowing it down. What I would like you to do is just lift those knees up nice and high. As high as you can. You can keep your hand on contact with the chair because I appreciate it's a little bit more difficult if you're letting go of your chair. Then back to normal marching. A little bit more purposeful with those elbows. A little more purposeful. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And I'm just going to slow it down just for a moment. And then just relax there. Super job. So standing up nice and tall, just a few little stretches before we get into the main bulk of the session. So a little tiny little bend in the knees. Just want you to cushion those knees and put one arm on top of the other like a Cossack. And then we're just going to rotate from one side to the other. Just so that you get some movement through your torso, through your spine, through your lower back. Fabulous. Just relaxing there, coming back to the centre. Arms down by your side. Just roll those shoulders backwards. Just to encourage a nice straight back. We don't want to round our shoulders this way, we want to keep this way. And then just sliding your hand down the side of your leg, just so that you get some movement through your rib cage and through your waist. Keeping that torso nice and nimble. Fabulous. And relax there. Take a little bit of a step forward. It doesn't matter which leg, either leg. Again, just keeping that back nice and tall. Hands to the front of your shoulders. We're going to push all the way out, all the way back. So if I just stand side on so you can see me, pushing all the way out, all the way back. So you're stretching out your back. When you come back, you're stretching out your chest. So all the way out, all the way back. Lovely job. Really working through those shoulders and your chest and your back. Fabulous. And relax there. Super job. Right, okay. So we're going to crack on with the leg exercises today. If you need to take a rest, take a rest. If there's a particular exercise you're not that keen on doing, do you know what? I won't notice if you sit that particular exercise out. Just enjoy what you're doing, have a little bit of fun. You don't need to do all 10 reps that we're about to do. You may only manage half of those. That is absolutely fine. So we're going to start off with our calves, which are these muscles at our lower leg. Really important for negotiating steps, so stepping up or stepping down, or getting them out of the car, or getting them off the train. You know, those high steps, getting them on and off the train, which we will be getting on off trains and out of cars soon, hopefully. So what I would like you to do, holding onto your support. So I'm holding on to the top of my chair. You want to stand with your feet, they're about 10 inches apart or so. We're going to try and stand up nice and tall. So keeping our postures, our shoulders back, our backs nice and straight. I'm just going to turn side on so you can see me. So from this position here, we're going to come up onto our tiptoes as high as we can. Now we're using our calves to raise our bodies. We're not using our arms, we're not pressing down on our support, pushing ourselves up. The effort should be through our calves. Okay, so I'm going to do 10 of those. Here we go. So coming up nice and tall, that's 1. Nice and controlled down. Here we go. 2, nice and controlled as you lower. 3, lovely. 4, really feeling those calf muscles. 5, 6, still thinking about your postures. 7, hand resting on the top of the chair nice and lightly. 8, are we feeling those calves? I know I am. 9, last one. 10, super job. Just relax there. Give your legs a little bit of a shake. You feel those calf muscles straight away. You know exactly which part of your body's getting strengthened and improving. Probably from the first 1 or 2 of those calf raises you feel them working. Okay. So the next exercise we're going to do is a squat. Squats target your big quadricep muscles here. There's a little bit going on with your bum as well, so it's a good all-round exercise for your legs. Now I know some of you, your knees won't be good, so you'll be a little bit wary about this particular exercise. If you are a little bit wary about the exercise, let me show you. So if you're thinking about your knees and you're not so sure about your knees, we're going to do a little variation called a knee bend. It's exactly what it says on the tin. You are going to stand with your feet, they're about hips width apart, or a good hips width apart. Okay, I'm going to turn side on. So for this variation, which I'm going to show you now, is for those of you who've got sore knees. And I'll show you the other version in a moment. So if you've got sore knees, you're going to try and keep your back straight, stick your bum back slightly, and then come back up. So you'll notice with knee bends, I'm bending my knees. I'm not going overboard. I'm going with where I feel comfortable with my knees. I'm squeezing my bum to come back up tall. So knees bend, your bum goes back slightly, squeeze your bum to push forward. So that's the variation if you've got sore knees. If your knees are pretty good, again, still standing with your feet a good hips width apart. So if your knees are good, you can afford to go a little bit deeper. You can keep your hands on the back of the chair if you want to. Your bum goes back, squeeze your bum to come back up. Your back, from the base of your spine to the base of your skull, stays straight. So I'm not rounding my back this way, I'm staying straight, squeezing my bum on the way up. Okay? So I'm going to do 10, either of the knee bend or of the squats. I'm going to turn this way so you can see me and I can see you. Here we go. 1. Remember, squeeze your bum on the way up. 2. Keep your knees pointing forwards. 3. We're not allowing our knees to come in. 4. 5. Squeezing nice and tall. 6. Nice and tall at the top. 7. 8. 9. 10. Whew, there we go. Relax there. Just give those legs a little bit of a shuffle. If you've got a drink nearby and you want to have a little slurp, please do. Okay, so you've done two leg exercises so far. First one was those calf raise. The second one was the squats or knee bends. We're going to combine those two exercises to make it quite a dynamic exercise and using your centre of gravity to transfer your body weight forwards and backwards. Let me show you. So we're going to be in our wide stance. We're not having our feet too close together, so we're going to be fairly wide. I'm just going to stand side on so you can see. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a squat into a calf raise, or a knee bend into a calf raise. Goes a little bit like this. So I'm into my squat, and then one smooth movement, I'm coming all the way up onto my tiptoes. One smooth movement down into that squat. Okay? You ready? Here we go. So into our squat, all the way up, one smooth movement, calves. That's 1. Down. All the way up, tall. 2. All the way down. 3. And again. 4. Really powering through those calf muscles. 5 to get you up to the top. 6. Hand resting lightly on the top of the chair for balance. 7. 8. Come on. 9. Last one. 10. Fabulous. Relax there. Again, just give those legs a little bit of a shake. How are we feeling? 3 down, 2 more to do. So the next one, excuse me. The next one we're going to do is for our hamstrings. So these muscles on the backs of our legs. So it's a little bit tricky, this one. You may find in your efforts to do well, you might get a bit of crampiness in the back of your thigh. So I want you to take it nice and steady for the first few. Get used to doing the exercise, and then you can take it a little bit more, okay? So it's a leg curl. So you are holding onto your support. You're going to stand up nice and tall. Your feet are a little bit closer together than they were for the previous 2 exercises. You with me so far? Okay. What we're going to try and do is keeping our knees next to each other, and you'll see what I mean in a moment. We're going to try and bring the heel of a foot towards our bottom, and then lowering it back down. So what I mean by keeping your knees next to each other, we don't want our knees kind of swinging. We don't want to be doing this kind of movement. Our knees try and stay next to each other. We're going to try and bring a foot up towards our backsides. Postures, so nice and tall. We're going to do 10, but it'll be 5 on each side. We'll do 5 on one leg and then 5 on the other. I don't mind which leg you want to start off with. So standing up nice and tall. Here we go. So picking a leg, nice and controlled, bring it up towards your bum. 1, and back down. So you'll feel those hamstring muscles on the back of your thigh straight away. You've already done 2. There's 3, 4, one more on this leg, 5, and just relax there. Give that leg a bit of a shake. We're going to do 5 on the other side. So nice and tall, curling, keeping your knees together as you try and bring your heel up towards your bum. 1, 2, 3, 4, one more for luck, 5, and relax there. Give those legs a little bit of a shake. Tough one, that one. I know it's not an easy one, but an important one anyway for the backs of those sides. Okay, so for our final leg strengthening exercise, I'm going to concentrate on the hips, the outer part of your hips here, very top. So if you do have problems with your hips, this is the exercise for you. If you don't have problems with your hips, this is an exercise for you because it just helps to strengthen this area here. Okay. I would like for you to try and stand side onto your support. You don't want to be stood right next to your support, otherwise you're going to be in trouble. I'm just going to stand facing you so that you can see what I'm doing. So side leg raises, we're going to stand up nice and tall, our feet together, we've got our hand resting lightly on the top of the chair. As I've said before, we're not leaning over, we're not putting all our weight onto our arms. So on the effort to be through the hips. So a leg, I don't mind which, you're going to move that leg out to the side. It goes a little bit like this. So I'm trying to keep my torso upright. I've moved my leg out to the side. I'm just going to hold it for a second and then nice and controlled bring it back to the start position. Instantly. You feel exactly the area that is being strengthened. Okay, so we're going to do 5 on one side and then 5 on the other. Just thinking about your postures, so standing up nice and tall, hand resting lightly on the top of the chair. Pick a leg, any leg. Here we go, we're going to do 5. So moving it out to the side, that's 1. And again, 2, just hold it for half a second so you feel that effort through the hip. 3, 4, last one on this side. 5, fabulous, relax there, give those legs a little bit of a shake because I know your standing leg is working hard as well because it's holding you up. Your other leg, same again, just thinking about your postures, just make sure you're not going to kick any furniture or cat litter tray or anything like that. So standing up nice and tall, your other leg now, here we go, push it out to the side, hold it for half a second, and back down. 1. Oh, there we go. 2, it's alright, she's not in there. 3, 4, last one on this side, 5, fabulous, good, relax there, give those legs a bit of a shake. How are we feeling? Alright? Okay, not quite finished yet. What I'd like you to do is take a seat. Because we're just going to finish off just with a few leg stretches just to finish. You've done 5 different leg strengthening exercises there, so you've got a lot of blood in those leg muscles. So now's and they're quite warm as well. So now's a good opportunity to do some leg stretches. So any leg, I don't mind which, you're going to stick out. Hopefully you can see that. So we've got one straight leg, one bent leg. So your straight leg, the toes of your straight leg, I would like you please to push up towards the ceiling until you feel a stretch through the back of your calf. And then point your toes forwards like a dancer. Hopefully that's being picked up on the camera. You might not quite be able to see my foot. Hopefully the description suffice. And then really point those toes back up towards the ceiling. Just relax that foot, but keep that leg nice and straight. The straighter the better. You're going to put both hands onto your bent leg, not your straight leg. You're going to sit up nice and tall. So taking the weight of your upper body on your bent knee, you're going to gently lean forwards until you feel, and everyone's different, until you feel a stretch through the back of your thigh. At this point, when you feel that stretch, I just want you to relax. I don't want you to bounce, no strains or anything like that. Just feel that stretch, hold it there, and then just try and relax and breathe normally. And then pushing back up to centre, to the top. We're going to do the same on the other leg. So extend your other leg out. Okay, so again, you've got one bent leg, your straight leg. And hopefully you can see, you can point those toes up towards the ceiling of that straight leg. And again, until you feel that stretch through the calf. And then point your toes forwards, like a dancer. So you get the stretch through the front of the ankle and your shin. And then pull back again and point those toes back up towards the ceiling. Just relax that foot. Keep the leg nice and straight, but put both hands on your bent leg now. Just let you think about that. Sit up nice and tall. Take the weight of your upper body on your bent leg. Again, leaning forwards until you feel the stretch running through the back of your thigh. You might feel it a little bit in the back of your knee. You might feel it in your bum even. But just relax once you get to that stretch point. Some of you will be a bit bendy than others. Doesn't matter. And then gently pushing back up to your seated position. Both feet flat on the floor, so we're just going to do a quick stretch for our bums. For this one, you're going to interlace your fingers, wrap your fingers around a knee, not mind which, pull up that knee as high as you can, and point your toes up towards the ceiling. And relax there. Same again on your other leg, around your knee, give that knee a good hug, point your toes up towards the ceiling, stretching through your bum. Fabulous. And relax there, both feet flat on the floor. Just sitting up nice and tall. Just give your shoulders a little bit of a shrug. And then roll your shoulders backwards. Fabulous. Relax there. Okay. Come towards you a little bit. So, well done for today. Loads of really good leg exercises there. From the bottom of your leg, from your calves, all the way up towards your bum and your hips as well, and everything in between. So quite a comprehensive little workout there. That's taken, 20 minutes or so. Well done for that. Hope you enjoyed it. Before we finish, I would like for you, please, to give yourself a round of applause. Please stay hydrated. Please stay safe. Listen to the government advice. And I will see you, hopefully, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.